My own brother-in-law, a man who acts like he owns the city, sneered at me in the hospital waiting room. "You're just a glorified wire stripper, so keep your nose out of my private affairs if you want to keep collecting that pathetic paycheck." He said this while I was standing there in my work uniform, having just finished an emergency repair for his new home, while he was busy acting like the king of the world in front of our entire family. The room went dead silent. My sister looked at her shoes, refusing to meet my gaze, and my parents, the same people who praised his business acumen at every turn, simply sipped their drinks, silently validating his cruelty. I was the family pariah, the laborer, who wasn't allowed to have opinions on how the elites lived their lives. I felt completely isolated, the weight of their judgment bearing down on me, knowing that in their eyes, my silence was the only thing I was actually good for. I didn't offer a retort. I didn't raise my voice. I just finished my shift and walked out, returning to the shadows of my actual career. What they didn't know, what no one knew, was that I hadn't been just a wire stripper for a long time. I had spent the last decade building a reputation as a specialist in high security, counter-surveillance, and structural auditing. I worked for global firms, sweeping corporate boardrooms for industrial espionage. I was the silent guardian of secrets, a master of the invisible grid, and the one person who knew exactly how a home truly speaks. 2 weeks later, he called me, demanding I install a high-end baby monitor system in his nursery, explicitly insisting that I use non-standard hardwiring for security. The moment I cracked open the walls to run the lines, I realized the house was already screaming. The entire property was hardwired with a complex web of high-gain microphones, all routed to a localized frequency that I could track with my gear. I didn't just find a baby monitor. I found a spiderweb of illegal surveillance transmitting every private word in that house to a receiver located 3 doors down in a rented unit. He wasn't securing his home. He was spying on his own wife and business partners. I didn't confront him. I didn't call him out. I redirected his entire transmission grid, rerouting the signal directly to the regional police department's cybercrimes unit. When the raid hit, it wasn't just about the illegal bugs. It was about the years of financial data and incriminating conversations he had unknowingly broadcasted straight to the precinct. As they dragged him out in his designer suit, he looked at me, realizing I was the only one who could have known. I watched his entire elite facade disintegrate, leaving him with nothing but the echo of his own arrogance. Was it justice to let him build his own prison, or did I violate a code by setting him up to fail? Give me your verdict in the comments.